Hey everyone, welcome to the first person gameplay commentary. My name is Drybear and today we'll be playing Freya. And I've been playing her a lot lately. I don't really get a whole lot of time to play, and that's going to be clearing up in a few weeks here. I'll be posting my normal amount that I usually do. I haven't been posting as much as I used to for the last few months, so I'm going to be caught up on that. But I've been playing Freya and I'm trying to get a good build down for her. Hopefully I can be able to show that off for you guys today. Her scaling isn't too strong, so I don't focus mainly on magic damage. I try to go for more utility, kind of like a Zeus build where his scaling isn't too great, but his damage can be very good if you focus on more penetration and utility than just raw damage like other magic damage dealers. So I'll cover her abilities here right before the game starts. Her passive is called Brisingamen's Blessing, which means that 20% of her magical power that she gains up here will give her physical power, and that's really good. It kind of builds into her hybrid type style, and I'll be building her as kind of a hybrid player, more attack speed and penetration than just raw damage. Her first ability is called Radiate. When she activates it, it will do a bonus magic damage when she slices with her sword. She is mainly a melee character. Her second ability is called Pulse. This will cause her attacks to be ranged and slow, although it doesn't do as much bonus damage as the Radiate. It does have the added effect of the slow, which is very nice. It also splashes as well. Her third ability is called Banish. This will cause all minions and gods in this small target area to be lifted up into the air and become invulnerable to all damage, but this allows you to do good initiations and whatnot. Yeah. I'm also queuing with 2 subscribers today. I'm playing with Fisticuff on Ao Kuang. Looks like he went mid. And I have Ivory and Apes on Vamana here in the lane with me. This is an interesting lane. Quite a squishy lane now that I look at it. See if we can get some slows off on these kids. He actually did not come back. He has a Creeping Curse. Play that out here. And since he did decide to go for the mana buff first, he doesn't have the regeneration to keep up with us. Does have his decoy here. And the ultimate is called Valkyrie's Discretion. She flies up in the air, and there's a few things about this. Number one, it allows you to... Hold on. We've got monkey problems here. Okay, now that's over. The ultimate is called Valkyrie's Discretion. She flies up in the air, and for this duration, she is untargetable. However, if she does, she is not invulnerable to damage. So if it has a dot applied to her, like Ao Kuang's Tornadoes, or Arachne's passive, or anything like that applied to her beforehand, when you fly up in the air, you can still die from that. And there's a couple other things too. I don't know if they're bugs or not. I think you can still get hit by Ra's ultimate, and a few other things too. But in general, you cannot be targeted by damage. You can't be attacked physically, projectiles. I think you can get hit by Hell's aura as well. See if we can't get some more damage. And this is kind of what you do in the laning phase as Freya. You have a lot of control with your 2. I like maxing out my 2 first, just because the laning phase, it gives more stability. And then I follow up with the Radiate. But while you're up in the air with Valkyrie's Discretion, you can rain down 4 times, doing splash damage as magic damage, although it doesn't scale too well. It does do really good damage, and it's about 50%, a little less than 50% scaling, so it's not too great, and it's something that's more used for the long-range artillery stipe rather than just raw AoE damage, unless you can get a bunch of people grouped up together. That's about it. So what I'm going for here is I'm going for boots first, and I've been playing with Acheen's Blades first. Just going for attack speed, and the Acheen's Blades proc is really nice. And then into like an Obsidian Shard. Fatalis, I think that Freya honestly is the only character where I actually get Fatalis on. I don't really get that item on any other character in the entire game, just because it's very slow in damage dealing. See if we can't stop this from happening. I don't know why, but he decided that see if this guy turns around to look at me. Hopefully he does. And that's that. I was hoping that he would turn around and look at me, thinking he was safe in the tower, and I was just going to ulti. You see the range on the ulti is really far. Very capable using that. I think may as well just back. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to go for some attack speed. This gives me physical power, and a big bonus too. Your physical power will slowly go up as you get more magical power, but I like the health and the attack speed. Attack speed actually scales really well with Freya. Honestly, attack speed is almost a little bit better than getting raw damage. Obviously, you want damage. You don't want to neglect that completely. But I mean, I've tried full damage builds, and I've tried like full attack speed and penetration builds, and I like the attack speed penetration builds better, and I seem to kill people a lot faster, especially up against physical carries and anything like that, just because you can focus them harder, and it seems to do more damage in an individual battle. See if we can't pick this up here. You will do physical damage. You can see on my screen, you will do physical damage to the first target, the target you're hitting with the pulse, but it will do the splash to everyone around you. So when you're doing a buff camp, you want to make sure that you're landing the pulse on the main buff, so you're doing more damage to the one that has more HP. Interesting effect here. I'm not really sure why he's going for this, but the monkey does not have an ulti, so that's the only reason I turned and fought there. I would have died. I wonder if we can get this. I think we can if he tanks the minions for me. I think I'm just going to risk it. I think I missed one of those. That was a bit of a bad one, but that's okay. And I have the health buff, so I want to make sure I don't get impaled here. I think the monkey's coming back for some reason. Loki's coming in. Loki's ultimate might be coming back up here. That's going to be a blind one. I don't know if I got him or not. It looks like I did. I didn't want him to come at us that hard, and the on-her showing up was good. What I did there is, what you can do against an on-her if you don't feel like you're close enough to a tower or somewhere where you can get safety, just kind of hug the obelisk. He won't be able to hit you with projectiles if you're kind of hugging the obelisk. And this upcoming patch where Bacchus will be released, the slow around the obelisk will also be reduced, which is really good. I think his ultimate's up, and he might be going for one of us. Probably me, but I don't know. Apologize, that was my phone. Probably should have that off and away. See if we can't get some cleanup here. For some reason, the monkey's sticking around. This guy's going to be coming at someone. There he is. I want to go over and steal the blue buff. Doesn't look like... it's down. I don't know why, but he's fighting on the minions here, which is a bit of a mistake. Apparently. Oh, what the hell? The Loki bug. Let's see if I can't. Well, the archers are shooting at him, so that'll do. Whatever. Actually, I'm really close to my Gene Splades at 1140, so I'll just stick around. See if I can't get these little last hits just to get the extra little gold. Get myself up to that point where I can finish off the Change Blades, because the proc is really what I'm going for. I really want to get that proc. And once I have it, I'll be in good shape. And you'll see too, it actually does a good amount, even in the beginning when people have low amounts of HP. And what it does is the Change Blade procs, it does 10% of the target's maximum health and damage. So you want to kind of focus for, I kind of bounce back and forth between attack speed and, he has an ultimate. I wonder if he wants to use it or not. Although, he's a bit behind in levels. So yeah, I max out the Pulse first, and then I go for the Irradiate second, obviously putting points in Valkyrie's discretion anytime. When you put more points into Banish, it increases the duration that they're up in the air. In the early game, you kind of want to leave it at low levels, just because, for two reasons. Obviously, you want to have more damage output from your other abilities, but also if they're up in the air too long, it's too hard to deal with in team fights. Sometimes you can segregate people and kind of remove them from the fight for long periods of time, but it doesn't always work out that way. Uh-oh. We lost someone. And I'm kind of continuing my path of, since I don't have a lot of time, I actually have to get back to work after this, so I just want to sneak in the game for you guys. I just want to continue on my path of whatever happens in the game happens, and I'm just going to post whatever. I had an Arachne game where we had two of my teammates leave, and I normally would have turned that off, but either way. This guy doesn't have any mana to jump. Big mistake, Mr. Dog. Boom. See if we can't go gank the mid lane. We could probably take out that tower, but I want to see what's going on over here. Oh, enemy's back. That's good. I can actually push this tower in. So it was a good thing I went to the mid lane. That was an easy pick for me. Probably go for this tower next. And you see the attack speed's actually working out really, really well. And I mean, honestly, it took me a lot longer than it normally does with some characters to figure out a good build for them. Freya was a little bit deceiving. I think just the main problem was me deep down. I really didn't want to have hybrid characters in this game. But I think it seems to be that they're going more towards that now than they originally thought they would. And having hybrid characters is not a downside. I think it's a really good thing to have, and it kind of adds some depth to the game. So we'll see. I think the monkey's going to come around and try and get this, but let's go ahead and use the irradiate there to get that back. I want to focus the Loki because he's melee and is out of mana. There's the monkey there. You see I actually have a pretty even balance between magic damage and physical power. That's mainly because my first item was a Chain's Blades. He's probably ended up leaping. Yeah, there he goes. I think if he didn't leap, I could have killed him there. There's the ulti, but I don't think it's going to do anything. I'm just going to keep focusing the tower. We'll see. Speedy motherfucker. As far as damage goes, the actually 1 does more damage than the 2. What the hell? That guy dipped. I'm wondering if I have enough damage to take him out with my ultimate. I think it'd be really, really close. If I can get a couple hits in with this, I think he's close enough now. Here comes the ulti from on her, most likely. Maybe he's a baby. He's afraid. I'm gonna go get that health buff and then probably go over and get the damage buff. That way I have enough time to regenerate. I have a good amount of money too, so I should probably go back, but we're up by just a little bit over 1k, so doing pretty good. Not a whole lot of concerns here. And I think the enemy returned. Yeah, so it's gonna be a pretty even game. Hopefully this lasts quite a while and we get a good game out of this recording. Enemy missing right too. Enemy missing everywhere. So I have this health buff now. I can probably come over here and push this lane up a bit. Here we go. So yeah, I think this is really the only character where I would condone getting a Fatalis on. Fatalis kind of gets outshined in raw damage output by Chain's Blades and the Executioner, especially if you're a physical carry. The Fatalis has really good attack speed and the cooldown reduction, but it's just really hard to beat in raw damage output. And that's kind of why. But for her, I mean, the 35% increased attack speed is actually really, really strong. Let's see if we can't... Sorry, buddy. He's a speedy motherfucker. I don't think I have enough to banish unless I get it there. Nope. See, the Chain's Blades is really helping me kill him too. That's a good wall. We need to retreat because I think we have a flank. No, Honor's on the left side. I think we still can if Vamana's with me. He's not. Where did he go? Oh, Onher's here, and I think I saw Onher at lower HP in general from the left lane, and I was right. Emir's going to be coming up from the flank. Oof. That was a really good combination there. Couldn't expect much else. And at this point, I'm probably going to go for City and Shard, just because it's really cheap, and it gives me the penetration and actually some more magic damage. You can see my magic damage went up a lot, and I also got a bunch of physical power. I actually doubled my physical power. I think it was at 31 or 35 before, so nearly doubled it. Really strong combination there. Go for some more regen. I was a little bit too exposed, and I should have waited. I was thinking in my mind that on her was going to leap, so I wanted to wait. But I ended up not waiting at all. I kind of just spammed. I should have jumped up in the air, caused him to leap, and then I could have waited. And I at least could have got a kill out of that. And I think if I didn't get impaled there by the on her, I probably would have lived. And I could have turned around and banished immediately, but that was just a poor situation. So you got a Ao Kuang getting jumped on here, ends up getting picked off. It's unfortunate. Not a whole lot of places to farm here. There aren't really a lot of buffs up either. But I'm pretty sure I can take the on her 1v1. Seems to be pretty competent, but he jumps his skill shots a lot. It's important to not only play the god matchup that you're playing against, but also the player. If you notice certain things about players that they don't notice about themselves or anything like that. Looks like he just ulted, but that's not going to save him. If he had an ulti, I probably could have ultied and then followed up by my pulse, and got a good kill there, but didn't work out. Luckily, this Loki lost in the lane pretty hard, so he's pretty behind in farm, and then he's just been roaming a lot, so that kind of hurts him. Whew, what a shot. What a shot. That was a really good shot. Owner's doing pretty good. 1377 physical. He didn't hit me with any abilities. I guess actually the first impale should have been there because I think he hit me with the first one. Just a little bit too greedy there for me. Ares is a bit behind. The monkey is... Yeah, the monkey's pretty far behind as well. Looks like they had a tough time on the left lane there. Don't worry. Subscribers raping it. Ao Kuang's here. Yonder's actually getting really fat. Level 17. A lot of good experience there. Let's see if we can't come up. Coming up here. Hopefully we can take out this on her. There's the Emir. Doing some really good damage now. And with the Chin's Blades, I can take out the Emir really easily. Not really easily, but easily enough. Given the fact that he's a tank. You might want to do Fire Giant. Come behind this Freya and take her out. Nice. Kind of want to catch some stragglers here if they decide to show. There goes my phone again. So what I did there is I ran around to my teammates, and I really wanted to make sure that I got both of them in the banish. If I didn't get both of them, I probably was in a lot of trouble. But since I got both of them in the banish, I was okay. Emir's coming over. couple missed opportunities there. Definitely want to get this tower down, push this over, get this taken care of. Now I'm probably going to go for the Fatalis now. And like I said, it gives you extra movement speed plus the slow from your pulse to allow you to catch up with people pretty easily. But it also gives you the cooldown reduction, allows you to use your 1 and 2 a lot more often. And it's just the only character where I get this item on. Actually, we got it on her here. Looks like we got an Amir coming from the other side. Easy pick there. Emir ran. That sucks. Onher's coming in. Could do that, or we could dive and get a kill. That'll do. You see how many more attacks I can get out of the attack, out of the each activation with the extra attack speed. Must have maxed out the stun, because that lasted forever. Let's go around. Yeah, that stun lasted a very long time. I was impressed. Finally get the Gold Fury. I wonder where the Onher went. Onher ended up dying. They probably get it before I get there, to be honest with you. Yeah, they got it. Gold! Come over here, get this buff. Pulse first to kill the side minions. A wild monkey appears and jumps into the teammates. He's cutting left. Oh, a duel. I accept, as long as it's just you. I think he's waiting for an opportunity to impale me. Stop being rude. Sir, I can win this if I dodge his impale. That's what you get, sir. I can't interrupt his ultimate by banishing him, so always good to know. Always a good thing to know. Make sure he's not following, and he is. I don't think he's that brave. I don't think he's that brave. And I think a good slow would be in order, and then probably let's get some beads. On her's my main concern. Just getting impaled is going to set me back. I think my last item will probably be Polynomicon, partly for the mana and the lifesteal mainly, and then the extra magic damage will give me obviously physical power, and then I'll be able to have that big burst after attack, after an activation. And since Freya's constantly using spells, it's a really good combination. Oh. I see your banish and raise you a banish, apparently. I don't think so, bro. Oh, wow. See, I'm just doing some pretty significant damage, and you can try it for yourself. Try doing just raw magic damage builds, and I think they pale in comparison to a more hybrid utility attack speed build. Because you think about it, let's say you do 50 more damage with more, because the scaling is pretty poor on the pulse and the irradiate themselves. So let's say you do 50 more damage, but with the same amount of gold, if you bought an attack speed item that allows you to hit 2 more times. I mean, if you're hitting for normally 80, but instead you do 130, if you do 2 extra hits rather than those few hits that include extra damage, it can even out in some circumstances. Hello. We go hard. We go hard. Looks like this game's gonna be wrapping up here soon. Just hit level 20. Be able to. Ooh, actually, I'm pretty far off from that. I can go get the health buff across the map. I do have the fire giant buff, which does give you HP 5 as well. Monkey. Yeah, we can take out this tower. See if we can swing by and get all these buffs. I'd like to get the damage buff. Hopefully nobody's going to take it. I think they're all going to back. Or they're all going to push, I mean. Yeah, let's just end it. Let's just end it. Pretty decent game. Not as bad as the ones I've tried to do, the one-shot wonders. And luckily I was able to get 2 people in as well. Get him. Get him. Oh, don't let that Loki get away. Oh. Well, that was rude. You see, I don't really have a whole lot of damage. I have like 150 magic damage, 60 physical power. I don't really have a lot of expensive items either. Whew. But you can see that my damage output is quite significant. I mean, relative to what I have and how much money I've spent, it's very, very significant. And I think the main problem that people have when they're playing Freya is that they try to focus on playing her in a way that's not congruent with her whole concept. I mean, people try to go for pure damage. I've seen people go, you know, the standard Boots of the Magi into the Warlock Sash, and then they go for a Rod, and they go for Pythagoras Piece, and all that kind of stuff. And I think it doesn't really work out too well based on how she is. And you see, I mean, I really don't need very much. I have the penetration plus the Cheen's Blades and a lot of attack speed, and I can actually put out more damage than I would for items that cost way more and focus mainly on magic damage itself. I want that blue buff. Don't take it, monkey. He's gonna take it. What a jerk. Got a good amount of wards too, and we just totally outplayed him in general. So yeah, if you guys are, you know, you kind of just dismissed Freya as someone who isn't really that good or isn't really that strong, you can go ahead and try out this build, or kind of play around with the idea of not really focusing on damage too much, just going for more utility and attack speed, and then going for penetration as well. The Obsidian Shard is a huge part of it. And I think it works out really, really well, and I've been really pleased with how it's been working out. And the thing is, like, if you guys are trying to do new item builds, go ahead and play in Arena a whole bunch. And Arena really does help you pick out new item builds and test them out and do all that kind of stuff. Try and get this blue buff before we go. No. You already have one. Go away. God, look at that damage. Part of it's the Fire Giant. The Fire Giant does wonders for Freya, just because the more magic damage gives her more physical power, and then gives it more physical power. I mean, it just exponentially increases her capabilities. So getting Fire Giant on Freya is very, very powerful. Probably get that damage buff too, but it's almost over anyway. Ooh, going hard. Don't finish it. No. We have to kill. See how fast we can kill this tank. I think I'm gonna end up killing the Minotaur on accident. Oh god, the damage! You see this? Don't kill it yet. Oh, so that's game, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this is a inspirational video for you to play Freya, because I haven't seen her play too much. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.